set up my Twitch on Windows. So hopefully it's working. So what am I doing right now? I am making some developer command line tools for Windows in Zig. So what command line tools might you ask? How about the sexy rm command? Oh yeah. So the problem is, on Windows, if I want to delete a file, there's a command called del. I think it's a built-in, I don't think it's actually a program. If you run where, yeah, I can't find it. So it's a built-in like command prompt command. So if I run like, I don't know, what's in my folder right now? Let's look at Zig cache here. What's in like too much to type. Is there something that's small to type? Music is louder than mic. Okay, let me adjust that. Hey, what's up, Steven? How's things going with you? You also working? Writing some Zig? Hope my mic volume's okay. It looks like it's probably okay on the volumes. Oh, desktop audio is like loud. Check, check. Okay, that might be good. Just broke 3K commits. Still pretty loud? A little bit quieter here. How's that? We have to get the perfect audio mix. Okay, sweet. I'm kind of a stickler on audio too, so suggestions are welcome. I should turn my, probably because my mic is way too low. I'm not hearing how loud it is for you guys. Or my headphones, I mean, are way too low. Okay. Let's try that. Yeah, these headphones I have are insanely loud. Like, you can see, oh, I guess I can't see it. My webcam's covering it up. But here, my volume's at like 4 for my headset. And it's still like, that's loud enough. Like, that's insanely loud for me, so yeah, these headphones are crazy, but I love them. It's pretty sweet being able to go this loud. It's good for like horror games. You can hear where like all the little sounds are and stuff. Cool. So yeah, I just felt like writing some Zig code. Like, don't ever run a mock audio test. Does it like ignore your volume controls and just like blast your ears? Yeah, I've definitely written some audio code and had some bad experiences. So we're gonna make the rm command. I'm thinking, oh yeah, I wanted to show why this is so frustrating. So let's say you have a directory called temp. Oh, you know what else would be nice is touch. So echo foo into temp/bar. Okay, watch this. Del T tab invalid switch -bar. So this is the frustrating part for me, is that I'm an Emacs user on Windows, and Emacs autocompletes with these /. And there's a way you can get it, I think, to autocomplete with backslashes, but I don't know. I looked it up and I couldn't figure it out. But it would be nice to have some of the Linux tools on Windows like rm, ls. Then I could just always just use those commands no matter what platform I'm on. So it seems like a good solution to this. Also, another reason is because Windows is really slow at deleting files. So if you like have a huge directory, if you like delete it through Windows Explorer, it takes like forever for some reason. And you can like shift delete it to permanently delete it, and you'll get different performance with that. And so, yeah, having an rm command that just does it the right way and makes it fast every time sounds nice too. So, yeah, we'll start out with the like using the Zig standard library and see how that performs, and if it can be improved or not. So yeah, let's take a look here. Maybe we should do touch first. Yeah, let's do touch first because that would be good for testing too. So I just started this project, made this build. So we've got our tools. Let's add touch here. rm-rf might be able to just be a single delete tree call nowadays. Yeah, that'd be nice. I know that I have some projects that they may not be able to call delete tree. At least they may not be able to call delete tree and then do something right afterwards with that directory. I think like Windows can take a second before you're able to reuse it. So it like doesn't flush the operation immediately. So, oh, for example, I have a program that I copy the executable to another directory, and then I run it from that target location. And oh, this is a different thing. So the problem is if you kill a process, it's not immediately, you cannot immediately overwrite that executable. So you have to like wait for some arbitrary amount of time before you can overwrite the executable. So yeah, Windows has weird things like that. So, but yeah, that's what these tools are supposed to help with. So let's make this touch.zig. Let's see how complicated this gets. Should be like super small, I would think. So this would be like what? var file equals standard fs_cwd dot create file. We need to get our command line arguments. So args, what is it, process? Ooh, let's do this all for memory. Let's just type it all out. No copying, no looking anything up, no documentation. Let's see if we can do it. No compile errors on the first compile. Okay, and then args, no need to free, put a little comment in there. Create file, okay. Well, let's get this compiling. Don't forget our underscore. Come on, baby. Ah, is that one error? Touch command's primary function is to modify a timestamp. Right, right. Why is this complaining? Type, not a function. Yes, because we need to call init. We've definitely had a little bit of a regression in compile errors since we added the build stuff. What I'm missing most, I think, are like the notes, I think. But there's like some context that's been missing. It's also improved too, because sometimes there's too many notes or too much context. But definitely been times recently where I'm like, I don't know what code this is referring to, where the error is. Error is discarded. Yep. I like to do this little trick. void OOM E. Oh, how do you do this? Standard mem. So basically the purpose of this is by catching an out of memory error and then passing it to this OOM function, I'm still crashing on out of memory errors, but if like for whatever reason this function changes and starts throwing more than out of memory errors, then I still know that I need to go and handle those errors. So it's like a little like pattern that I use that I've been enjoying. So I still do the same thing that I would normally do, like with a try, basically, but it's like a standard panic out of memory. Oh, is that how I do it? Hold on. What's another project I use this in? Get zig, I don't know, get extra. Oh, I do it in my universal headers project. Whoa. OOM is used a lot there. Okay, let's just copy this bad boy. Okay, I was kind of close. All right. Let's build again. 13. Expected type, error out of memory, found type info. Oh. Okay, yes, this is exactly what I was talking about. So actually args_alloc can return more than an out of memory error. And we'll just do a try in that case. Because I know what those errors are, and they're like UTF encoding errors for Windows. Yeah, Windows does like the command line really weird. What's wrong here? Oh, RM. The other one I started. Let's remove that for now. RM. Okay. All right, so we need to check our arguments now. It would be nice if I had like a Linux VM or something. I have a Linux machine like right here, so I could like see what the command line. Oh, I guess I could Google it. Like man touch. Maybe I shouldn't Google man touch. Man touch Linux. How about that? WSL. I think I have WSL installed actually. WSL list. I want to see what WSL distros I have installed. I did write a WSL distro loader at one point, and I was using it to load my custom Linux distro inside WSL, which was really fun project. No, it's not WSL. It's like WSL config. Yeah, WSL config list, or they use the slash. Okay, so I have Alpine, Ubuntu. Yeah, I just have those two. So default is Alpine. Okay. So touch. Don't create files. Okay, that's interesting. Don't follow links. Yep, makes sense. Date and time to use. Oh, you can use an explicit one. And use files. Date and time. Oh, so it's copying the date and time from another file. Okay. Cool. Cool. All right, so we're going to start with just creating a file. So we'll do, let's see, how do we want to do this? For args Or so just say if args.len does not equal what happens if you run it without any arguments? Okay, prints the usage. So if all args .len is less than or equal to 1, then usage return Alpine uses the BusyBox version. Sweet. Let's just copy this for a second. Okay, standard.io, is that standard error or standard out? To standard error, okay. Maybe I want to do this. This could be like a pattern I use in these tools, maybe. Just having a global called standard error. Dot writer. Oh no, we want to get dot writer. Okay, so we'll just do usage, touch, file for now. Oh, you can touch multiple files too. Okay, cool. Okay, and then we'll exit. Yep, we do that. Sig built. Oh, I probably need to do a try here because I can fail. I mean, we don't really need to try it. We can just catch. Probably try makes sense, I guess, because you'll get a stack trace and everything. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Oh, getting an error in the standard library. Why is that? Oh, can't evaluate comp time. Do I need to do this? Or maybe, do I need to say comp time maybe? Redundant. Okay, maybe I do need to do this. Oh, F reference trace. How am I thinking D? Is that a C from CMake? Okay, saying line 3. Okay, it still doesn't like this. Oh, that's weird. I feel like that should work. Maybe it doesn't work on Windows or something. Non-void return type. Okay, I've got a try or something going. Oh, I need to return a 0 at the end. Sweet. Boom. Okay, so we got our command line going. Let's bump up the font a little bit. It's actually looking a little too small, maybe. Okay, that's a little better. I like that better. Okay, so next, after we get the usage, we're going to go args equals all args. So we're going to slice this up to get rid of the first argument. And then we will parse the options for args arg if standard.mem starts with u8 arg dash. We'll see if it doesn't start with that. Then Actually, let's do something like this, actually. Var new arg count usize equals 0. And then how do I want to do this? Okay, so new args. We'll go new args I equals arg. Else unknown command line option. See what does touch print if we do that. This prints usage. I don't like that. So it'll come in an error message instead. We're diverging. Return. Okay. And we'll end this with a break block, new args 0, like that. Yeah, so basically what this does is it goes through all the arguments and filters out all of the dash options, and then saves the arguments. It squishes them back into the array, and then we get them back here in args. Then all we need to do, we still need to check if the args are 0 here, because like let's say that we did dash C, yeah, that's still an error. So if args.len, still need to do this, and then we can go through our files and create them. Okay, I mean, that's basically the gist. What am I doing? This isn't C and C++. Get out of here, plus plus. Been writing way too much C++ at the job. It's corrupting me. Okay. Well, maybe I don't need to save the arg index here. Not sure. Touch. Okay. Foo. Is there a file called foo? There is. Foo bar. Yep, creates both of them. Now, does the timestamp modification already work? Let's see. Timestamp is 9:17. Oh, how do you? See, we need the ls command to give us like a more. See, we have to wait till 9:18 to see if the timestamp is updated. Windows dir c seconds in timestamp. What's going to be faster, wait until 9:18 or looking up how to display seconds with the dir command? Yeah, that's what we want. Where is it? Windows. I didn't find it immediately. Dir. Drive audio. I'm not sure I understand what you mean by drive audio. Timestamp. Controls which timestamp. Okay, we are at 9:18, so let's try touching again. It does update the timestamp. Okay. Star am will be driving home. I'm so confused. X2. I'm sure I'm missing something. Let's see. Okay, so we kind of have like a touch implemented, and we don't have any options yet. So like if we do a touch-c, it just says unknown command line option. So that's fine. So we have our initial touch. I know it's a Zig command line utility. Can you describe it high level? Oh, are you saying like I'm your drive audio? Is that what you mean? Gonna drive now? Okay. Yeah, I'm just making command line utilities that exist on Linux, but writing them on Windows just to like help development and stuff. So I just made the touch command, which is basically create a file and or update its timestamp. Was the first one. So I just we have an initial implementation of that now. Really simple. Read the file names on the command line, create the files, and there's your minimum viable product. Let's go ahead and make a commit here. Oh, we need to add some ignores, Zig cache. Let's see, what else do we want? Copy. Let's copy the .get attributes. Okay, I think we also need to make a CP command. As you can see, copy does not work unless you change these to backslashes. There we go. Another. Is copy a built-in? No. Yes, it is. It is a built-in. So we want like a CP command. Maybe we do that one next. Okay. Oh, we don't need all of those attributes. Let's just get the Zig ones probably. Yeah. Okay. So we got our get attributes. We got our get ignore. Got our build Zig file. Very nice. Got our touch command, and I think that's all we need. Add the touch command. See, I created a repo for this. I don't think I made it public though. Let's make it public. Do it. I have read. Oh man, it's really serious about these operations. This is serious business. There we go. All right, everybody can have the touch command on Windows now. Graced the world with touch for Windows. All right, what's next? CP, RM, what's going to be the easiest? CP will be, LS. What is the easiest one to do? Maybe CP, maybe RM. Probably, maybe RM would be easier. Let's do that one. Boom, rm.zig. Let's add it to our list, rm. Let's just copy touch. The same thing, right? Okay, so all this will pretty much be the same. We're going to have a different usage. Let's go back to our WSL. Ooh, even less options than touch. Or at least the BusyBox one is less. So we've got -I, always prompt before removing. Okay. -F, never prompt, and -R. Okay, yeah. -F, use all the time. -R, use all the time. So I think we'll implement those two, at least. Do we want to do this probably like this? -R, recurse, and -F, force, remove, whatever prompt, I guess. Sure. Okay, so command line arguments. I think this will all be the same, all this logic. What happens if you do RM with no arguments? That does the usage again. So we basically just need to change this implementation, I think. Okay, let's try it. Let's try building it. We're going to get a unused argument error. Okay, zig out, bin RM. Foo. Okay. How do you remove files in Zig? It's like try standard fs.cwd.delete tree, maybe? Let's try it. Oh, did that actually work? Foo, yeah, foo is gone. Bar? Bar is gone. We freaking did it. Touch. Foo, bar, baz. Still have baz. Wow. RM done. We did it, guys. We did it. Does it work on directories? Actually, it shouldn't work on directories unless we specify recursive, so it's probably not what we want, but let's do a make dir foo touch zig out. We need to like get the install going with these. Actually, let's make an install script so I can just like type these to test them. So that'll be a zig build. What's the command line argument to specify an install location? -P? Yeah, -P. So if I do a zig build -P, I think if I just put them here, like, so if I type touch, not recognized, touch RM, type RM, but if I do a zig build -P d:/tools, oh, dang it. Oh, probably because I went to tools bin. Ah, okay, there we go. So let's put him, maybe we should not put, yeah, because this is Windows, bin's sort of like a Linuxy thing. Let's not put him in bin. Let's put him in, let's see, what's the new build API to change the destination prefix? Let's see, where zig? Zig version d tools zig 0.1126. Looks like I'm on that version. Files lib standard builds. Okay, well, I used all that brain power to find that path and I forgot what I was gonna look up. How to change the destination. So that's probably going to be in compile step. Override dester. Okay, I think that's what we want. Is that a creation option or maybe not? Let's try it. Let's just try xe.override dester equals. What is installdir? Oh no, not installdir, step. Okay, so we can give it, oh, just prefix. I think that puts into the, I think that's what we want, prefix. Yep. Okay, how's that? Dir. Boom, we did it. Touch, RM. Woo! This is like an hour or two that I've needed to spend on Windows for like a really long time. Like I'm already like, oh my gosh, touch RM, this is amazing. Like oh, this is gonna like save like so much time on Windows. Okay. So let's make this little, let's call it a script called, make a script called I, and this will just run zig build -p. Okay, so this will build the tools and install them so that I'll have them updated. Wait, you got RM? I did get RM working. Yeah. Yeah, it's like 53 lines of code, and most of it's around command line parsing. Yeah, touch, foo, bar, baz. Oh, that failed because foo's already a directory, but touch, bar, baz, rm, bar, baz. Boom, it works. Okay, let's see what happens when we remove a directory. So touch, foo, bar. So foo's a directory with one file in it. Let's rm foo. This shouldn't work, but I think it might because I called delete tree. It does work. Okay, so we need to make that not work if we haven't specified recursive. So let's do that. Const recurse, no, var recurse equals false. And then if standard mem.equal u8 arg-r, then recurse equals true. So that's our option. This might be the most practical thing I've ever seen someone complete in a coding scheme before. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So we're going to say if recurse, then we'll call delete tree, else we'll call, is there a delete file? I think that's all we have to do. I called it recursive somewhere instead of recurse. Okay. Okay, so make dir foo, touch foo bar, rm foo. Okay, great. So it fails, but that's not like a great experience. Like what happens if you try to do that on Linux? WSL. Delete tree should be faster. Oh, okay, sweet. I'm really curious what the performance is going to be. Maybe we'll test that out, because I wrote a custom like little batch script just to delete files. Like deleting files even from Windows Explorer is super slow, like unbearably slow. Okay, I'm already inside WSL here, so let's rm foo. Okay, so it says is a directory. Sweet. So let's just duplicate that functionality here. So using Zig's amazing error handling, it's a perfect use case for it. I think the convention is to call this error and this E. So that should be the behavior we have now. Okay, so if we get a isdir error, then what does WSL do? It says whatever you typed is a directory. Sure. Good with that. Now, is that going to standard error or standard out? Standard error. Okay. I am a little bit confused. I thought you could make this a global. Oh, hold on. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, well, whatever. We'll just do it here as well for now. Standard error dot write, no, print, and we'll say rm file is a directory. Now here's a question. Does it continue on if that one fails or not? We'll test that out, see what the Linux version does, or BusyBox version. Okay, let's see what Linux does. So if we have a file called bar, touch bar, rm foo bar, is bar there? No, so it does continue on. But I wonder what the return code is probably not 0. So what we have to do here is we need to keep track of if our if we have had a failure. So exit code u8 equals 0. So exit code equals 7f, and then we'll return exit code. Solved. Okay, the rest of them can just be crashes or panics for now. Can't really think of. So touch bar, rm foo bar. So we should get foo as a directory. Bar should be deleted. And it is. Looks like the standard error global doesn't work on Windows since it needs to get the handle from the PEB, which is runtime only. Yeah. Okay, so it does work on Linux. That's interesting. Huh. That's kind of unfortunate that, like, there's sort of a, I guess it's not really a foot gun, but yeah, interesting. Okay, maybe let's do it like this then on Windows. So just make standard error a function, and then we could call the function anytime you want to write to it. Is that how we want to do it? I mean, how I'm doing it now isn't horrible either. Just doing that. Yeah, I think that's fine for now. Okay, we have RM working. Oh, we need to make sure the -r function works. Yeah, works. Dang. Freaking flying through these tools. Let's see, where's the actual code? RM. -r. We didn't add the -f. Why does -f exist? Oh, it doesn't error if it doesn't exist. So if you do like rm bar, then you'll get a bad exit code if it doesn't exist. But -f, you won't get an exit code. Should we? I mean, I don't really, unless I'm using this in like a build script, which I wouldn't use this in a build script, I don't think. I don't need to duplicate that, at least right now. It's something that I can always add later if I need it. So I think I'll just leave it out for now. Okay. Add RM. Beautiful. Oh, we need to check the performance of this. Okay, we need to make a test. So how do we like make a bunch of random files really quickly? I feel like I want to use Python for this. delete tree considers file not found as a success. Oh, that's interesting. Actually, that makes sense for delete tree. I like that. Yeah. Make files. So we're making a little test here in Python. A little throwaway script. For I, so let's do import sys import os os.makedir big dir. It's called big boy. For I in range 0. Okay, now Emacs knows I'm in Python. Let's do, I don't know, how do you make a file? With open, path.join, f big boy slash foo I, write as f.write, yo. Okay, make files. Oh, I don't have Python. That's unfortunate. I know I have Python in places, but I think I removed it from my default path. So here's what we'll do. Call it out directly. Oh, Python 3. Okay, so do we have a big boy now? No? What happened? Where's my big boy? I feel cheated. This is enough to type. Let's make our big boy script called b.bat. Okay. Our big boy is not doing anything because we didn't see this print statement. So what's the deal? Windows. Why you gotta make everything so complicated? Do I actually need to download Python? Really? I guess I have an old Python. I could try that. Ah, okay, there we go. This is crazy. Download Python. No docs, no pip, no that, no that, no that. No, we don't need that. No, 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 no. D tools Python 3.11.4 install. Now, by this time, I definitely could have written this in Zig, but no, I don't need that. Okay. Yeah, this is looking a lot different than my other Python install. Okay, Emacs is mad at me. If you, sometimes its autocomplete loop gets very mad. Okay, there we go. Oh goodness, how do you, let's try that. Oh. Got me to boo-boo here. Okay, fine. There we go. F string. It took a lot longer than I thought it was going to take. Okay, so now we've got like 3,000 like really small files. So if we try to delete this, I made this little script called qdel. Tools qdel. And what does it do? It calls del with these magic command line switches and then calls rmdir. So let's run it on our big boy. It says, are you sure? Okay, so that was pretty fast, so we need that to be slower. Let's bump this up like 10 times. And I don't know if it's the recursive directories that take a while or if it's just the amount of files, but find out here. Let's update our b.bat. Okay, that's taking a little while to make now. More than a little while. That took like, wow, that took like 10 seconds or something. I don't think I have a time command. No, the time command. That would be another one to add, is the time command. Time command? I might have a thing called xtime. I think I might. This might be a D language program that I wrote like 8 years ago. Ha! It is a D program that I wrote 8 years ago. Hey, it still works. There's some deprecations, I guess. It like dynamically compiled it. Wow. Okay. Okay. Xtime. Oh, the problem is qdel is going to ask me to. It's going to include that. I'll try to press yes really quickly. Big boy. Okay. For about 5 seconds. Okay. So let's create big boy again. And then rm-r big boy. Oh, with xtime. mhome enjoyed key bangs. Is this basically Zig BusyBox? Yes, Zig BusyBox. Zig Coreutils. Okay, so qdel was basically after Googling what's the fastest way you can delete a file. So we're actually faster than that. I don't know if it can get any faster than this or not, but yeah, I mean, this is probably the best Windows can do. So yeah. Time command. I would really like a time command. That would be super nice. Yeah, a time command would be really nice too to have now to like test things. Should we look at my D implementation? Let's look at the D program of time. Gosh, this is gonna take me back. Git dproj xtime.d. Oh yeah, D has the $. Oh man. It actually looks, I mean, it's like kind of like Zig, kind of like C, I would say. Okay, but I'm using as a standard library thing called stopwatch. Delete tree is faster than rm-rf in Linux too, by the way, at least. Oh, really? That's interesting. So actually my rm command, I should build it for Linux and start using that. Okay, so it uses this stopwatch, and I could look at what stopwatch does on D. Does anybody know if Zig has like a stopwatch or a timing? Let's see, should we try to look for the standard library docs? Source code, documentation. No. Where's the standard library docs? I forgot where those are because I never remember about to use those. Learn source code. Stood. Maybe you can get to them from here. Ziglang, stood, auto. Oh, standard time timer. Okay. Oh, okay, this looks compelling. Stood time dot. Oh, time dot timer. How about timer? Okay, a monatomic high performance timer. Perfect. Yeah, and I think on Windows we would use query performance frequency, query performance counter, but I'm guessing that's what this uses under the hood. Like if I go stood time, I'm guessing it's in time/timer. Nope, it's not. Timer equals. Okay, it's right in here. So there's something called instant. What is an instant? Represents a timestamp. Okay, very nice. So what is the Windows? True if we should use clock get time. It's not true on Windows, which makes sense. Yep, query performance counter. Yep, perfect. So there's an instant.now. Do we want to use the timer abstraction or use the instant is the next question. So the timer basically has a started and a previous. Okay. I almost never end up using, I almost always use the timestamp when I'm doing timing things, but yeah, this is such a minimal wrapping around it. But it's not really doing any logic to like handle like rollover and stuff. So anyway, I'm probably going to use the instant for now. Okay, so let's add time.zig. Builds. Time. I guess there's a question of we may not be able to call it time because the command prompt may take time and just like intercept it and not call it program. So we'll find that out once we add this to our path. Okay, so let's copy touch again. Command line arguments are going to be a little different. Let's go back to WSL and see what it says. Time, it's got verbose, custom format, file output, append, and then your arguments. Okay, so I don't think we need to implement any of those starting out. So let's go, oh. Okay, time, command. I'm guessing if you run it with no arguments, you just get the usage, yes. So we could add arguments here, but the difference here is if we get a non-dash argument, then we immediately go into we immediately break this loop. So that would mean instead of moving these arguments, we would do a break block new args. Actually, we could probably do this a little simpler in this case. So we can do all args starting at the first one. And if the argument okay, I think that's what we want. And so if we get to the end, then we would just do the usage and return, I guess. Does that mean we will never get empty here? I think it does, yeah. Okay. Let's just print out arg0 so we don't get the unused variable error. Okay, time. Oh no, I should just run install. Time. Ah, okay, so we can't actually call it time. So I don't know, what should we call it? Zig time or X time, Z time? Kind of like Z time. I don't remember why I called it X time when I did the D version, but there's not like already a time command on Windows, is there? Equivalent time command on Windows. No, we don't care about PowerShell stuff. P time. Time it. Is time it a thing? No. P time? No. Timer? Timer's not bad. It's so lame that we can't just call it time. I'm kind of leaning towards timer. Let's just call it timer. Note, timer is supposed to be time, but can't use that on Windows because time is a built-in command prompt function. So I don't know if they call them functions or what they're, if it's like a built-in command or what, I don't know. Okay, move. Ooh, MV might be another one that we want. Let's see how hard it is. Move time.zig timer.zig. Okay, that worked. Okay, let's get rid of you, timer. Let's move you up here because that's what I'm used to. Zig build. Let's make sure it still works. Gotta update the usage here. Okay, zig out. Yeah, timer's not bad. I mean, timer actually kind of makes sense. Timer. Okay, so it's not doing anything yet. We need to launch, well, we need to get the current timestamp, launch a child process, and then print the result at the end. So how does that work with time? Time, echo, hello. So it prints real, user, and sys. Okay. Let's do this. Let's do const now equals stood time.instant.now. Let's call it start actually. Elapsed equals minus start. And it probably prints to standard out, I'm guessing. No, I think it prints to standard error. Everything goes to standard error. Okay. Standard error dot print. Let's just call it. Let's just do that for now. Let's see what it gives us. I've got an error union somewhere. Is this supposed to be like this? Okay. Let's go back to the time zig module. You need to go away. Time. Okay, so how does it do the diff? Start. It calls instant.now. And then how do you, okay, when you call read, oh, there's a sense function. Okay. Does that also throw? Can use standard out. Okay, sweet. I will use. Oh, that's exactly what I need right now. Okay, std format duration. Cool to see my little FMT convention is still being used in the standard library. 44. I need to do this with a try. Oh, I think I wasn't supposed to do a try there, maybe? Yeah. Timer, echo, hello. Okay, sweet. Okay, so if I do like RM, big boy. Oh, it's sick. It already like gives you a unit. I like that. It already gives. Ah, nice. I like it. Maybe I should call this like timer. Sweet. Okay, now we just need to launch the child process. Build.zig. I know there is a like a really simple one. It's like, what is it? Pub fn. Is it spawn? No. Spawn and wait? No. No. Exec. We don't want to collect output though, so maybe we can't use this one. Yeah. Okay, so we can't use the really simple one. Pub fn init. Okay, so I think we need to do a const proc equals std child process dot init args. We already have an allocator. And then there's a dinit, right? No, actually that got removed. Okay, so we initialize it, and then I think we do like a spawn. Proc.spawn. And then a const result equals proc dot. Oh, you can spawn and wait. The implementation of exec's pretty simple. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. Pub fn exec. Yeah, and that'll help us know what we need to set all these to. So standard in. What's the default? And behavior. Std io equals what? So inherit. I think inherit is what we want. Okay. And then CWD, I think the defaults to the current CWD. That's what we want. Yeah, I'm guessing all these are probably what we want. Okay, and then it does spawn and then collect output. I think we can probably use spawn and wait. Yeah, that just calls the. Actually, I don't even know why this exists. Probably should remove that, but whatever. Const result equals. Here's a question. So if a command fails, does time still print the result? So if we do like a rm foo, time rm foo. does. Oh, and it says that it exited with not 0. Okay. So we probably don't want to do a try here. We want to do a catch. Like, what if you do a time on, like, what? Oh, WCell was not happy with that. That's interesting. Okay, so there's certain types of errors. Basically, if we do get an... Actually, I don't know if we need to switch. Actually, I do want to switch to see what kind of errors we can get here. No spawn and wait. You want this to be var? Okay, so we can get, these are all the errors that we can get. I wonder if we want to handle the spawn errors differently than the wait errors, which would be a reason to not call spawn and wait. Proc.spawn catch error switch error. Let's see what errors that spawn can return. Okay, so spawn has all, so I think most of the errors were probably spawn. Let's see what wait returns. Oh no, it has just as many errors. Really? Did I do that right? Why does wait have so many errors? Oh, it's the term that is going to have the other types of errors that I was interested in. Okay. So probably spawn and wait is fine then. So let's call that... we won't do a switch. What we'll do is do a standard.log.error. And what does time... What happened when we tried to execute the command that was missing? It just says command exited with non... Oh, I hate that. Okay. I hate that it just says it exited with a 127 exit code because it didn't do that. I hate that so much. Freaking error handling, man. I hate it. Okay, so we're going to have some nice error handling here. So we'll say failed to spawn... Actually, yeah, we're going to do it like this. So we're going to say either we failed to spawn or we failed to wait. Failed to spawn the child process. Or let's just say failed to spawn child process with error name error. Okay, if we did not fail, so actually you might want to do this inside of an if. It's one of the rare cases where I'm using an if to catch an error. Otherwise, we're going to get a result. From calling wait. Failed to wait for a child process with... Okay. This might be another place where we want to do a if. I'm not liking all this nesting. How can I not do this nesting? Not sure. I could put this all in a function and then like return early. That's one way. Or I could put it in a block, I guess. What does that look like if I put it in a block? So that would mean doing a proc.spawn catch, and I would do this, and then I would do a break block. Kind of like that. Let's try this. And then I would do a proc.wait break block. Otherwise, we would switch on the results and then handle the cases. Is there any way to pool the error union unwrapping to the first logic block of if? I removed the if, so your comment's not out of date. Not that I know, asking. Okay, so you're asking, is there a way to pull the error union unwrapping to the first logic block of the if? Now, maybe this is what you meant, like, now I'm wrapping this whole block in a label, and then I can just break it early. So I've removed the nesting at this point now. Oh, whoops, I called B, which is my big boy script. That's not what I wanted. I wanted to build. Come on, finish. Okay, that actually built, which I'm really surprised. Okay, let's see what kind of terminations we need to handle. I forget what they are. Okay, we need dot exited. Sorry, okay, so you're saying var if xyz error else break val, continue with val. Oh, you're saying like the if would be, yeah, so I think, yeah, that is just catch, yeah. Yeah, that's basically what I'm doing here. I'm doing if the error, then break the block, and then, yeah, this is the else case, so. Okay, dot exited, I think that gives you a code. So we'll say if code does not equal 0, then we'll say whatever this one says, command exited. With non-zero status. Okay, and we don't need a block for this. We can just do that. Okay, and then we need a dot signal. Signal means you get a U32. Oh, it tells you the signal. So we'll just say command exited with signal and give the signal. Maybe it's called signo. I think that's like the convention. Okay, what's the next one? Stopped. You also get a, I think that's also a signal number. So we just say command stopped with signal. And then dot unknown. What does dot unknown mean? It's like, what does unknown mean? It's just a status. Command is, oh, say terminated unexpectedly. I think that's the, I think it's a status. Status. Very nice. Now we have very informative error messages. We got failed to spawn, failed to wait, or it exited. And I think that's it. That's our timer command. Timer Echo, hey. What? Oh, I love this. Failed to spawn child process. Let's compare that. Command exited with non-zero. No. No. WSL can't even handle this. Like, I have to control C out of it. Like, can we simulate another type of error? I don't know. I'd probably have to write a custom program. Echo also failed to spawn. Haha, mixing wasm fun. Yeah. Sweet, we have a freaking timer command. This, like Steven said, this has been so productive. Okay, let's commit this new command. Whoa. Oh, I have my big boy. Get GUI doesn't like big boy. Timer rm -r. I'm so used to typing -rf. I feel like I need to add the -f. We'll add that next. .211 seconds. Sweet. Okay. Let's add our timer command. Looks good. Okay, timer. Okay, let's add our -f to rm real quick before I forget while it's fresh in my mind. Var force equals false. And just to see what rf foo, yeah, unknown. Oh yeah, I also need to handle what's it called? Single letter arguments. Shoot. Okay. So actually what we can do here is inside of our else, let's do this. For arg1 C. Okay, does this work? Okay, forgot a semicolon. I think it needs to be a C. So if I do like C, unknown command line option, but if I do a -r, foo, yep, okay, that works. If I do a -rf foo, that works. Okay. So how do we implement force? We need to make sure that force works even if the file doesn't exist, which I think it already is. Does delete file work if see what happens if we don't specify -r? Okay, so this should work. So foo doesn't exist and we specify -f. So what's the error that we get? File not found. So if it does not exist, then if force, then that's okay. But if it's not force, then what does WSL do? rm foo. Okay. Let's copy that bad boy. Oh, let's assign standard error up here, and we can reuse it. I don't like this because this one doesn't have a colon, but this one does. Does not exist. And for sake of consistency with them, I feel like I'm going to just do that one. Arg, okay. And then exit code equals 7f. I feel, let's just turn this to a got error. Got error. Okay. All right, so that handles the file case, I think. So if we do rm foo, foo does not exist. Sweet. I think we can do like an error level. Yep, 127. Sweet. Okay, so the other case is the directory. So what does rm-rf foo do? So that actually just works if a foo doesn't exist. Oh, no, we need, sorry, we don't want f. Okay, so it doesn't work. Okay, so that means I think we have to check if it exists before calling delete tree. We want to do that. There's not like a delete tree option, is there? Nah. What's delete tree doing? It's not like calling other stuff. It's like this is the thing. This is the delete tree. Oh, there's a kind hint. Delete tree with kind hint. Oh, there's a bunch of delete trees. Hold up. Vanilla delete tree. Min stack size. Like delete tree, but only keeps one iterator active at a time to minimize the function's stack size. This is slower than delete tree, but uses less stack space. Ah, interesting. Oh, and that's it, just those two. Okay. What was the other one I saw? Delete tree open initial path. Okay, this must be like called. It's not public, so it's must be called by something inside delete tree. Curious why setting a flag versus returning an error and catching an error in a parent FN. We'll watch. Curious if there's intent beyond defaults. So why setting a flag versus returning an error and catching an error in parent FN? Which are you talking about in? RM somewhere? Oh, got error. So you're saying why are we setting a flag versus? Oh, okay. So it's just to duplicate the behavior of RM. So if you if we have a file called foo, touch foo, and you do an RM bar, which shouldn't exist, but then bar and foo, you'll get an error message for bar, but it still will delete foo. So basically, RM will, if it gets an error, it will still continue to delete all the other files that you specified. And then at the end, it'll still give you a non-zero exit code. So just to duplicate that behavior. Otherwise, yeah, you could just exit right away. So yeah, do we want to check if it exists? So we could just say if not force. Yeah, maybe that's fine. If it's not forced, then we'll check if it exists first. Exist. is it? I think it's access is what you want to call. Arg, and then there's open flags, which probably we just want the defaults. Okay, so if it is accessible, then we're good, but if it's not accessible, then we're bad. So yeah, I think we'll want to catch this. We'll just do a try for now, though, and so we'll see what error we get. So behavior plus error message. Yeah, for sure. Okay, rm-r foo. Okay, yeah, so we get file not found. So we'll do a catch error, switch error, else e, return e, and then error.file not found. So if it's file not found, then rm-r foo, what does it do? It says, oh, same thing. Same thing as this. Okay, and in that case, we want to continue, so, because we don't want to actually end up deleting the file. Or calling delete tree, I guess. I mean, I guess we could still call delete tree. Wouldn't be a problem. Oh, I need to call I. Foo does not exist. F. Boom. Sweet. Okay, so we added our -f. Okay, so here we support multiple flags with one dash now. If you do like a dash, I don't think there's any dash options, but if you did this, it would say like unknown option dash. Options should be option. Okay, so we've got our standard error. Got our checking if a file exists. Okay, I think this is correct. Add -f support to RM. Nice, we're on a roll. How many command line tools do we have now? Look at this. Oh, that's beautiful. I removed a directory. Oh, no idea how good that feels to be able to do on Windows. Oh, I'd love to have ls at this point. So nice. Okay, we've got... Wait, why do you still have a bin directory? Oh, so it's putting the PDB files. I don't like that. Why? Duster. There's an override duster. Output PDB source path. I suppose you might consider this a bug in the build system, because if you change the destination directory, I wonder if it should automatically change the debug files destination to. Well, maybe not though, I don't know. How would we override it though? Output PDB path source. Okay, so it's using output dir. How is output dir initialized? Oh, so output dir is not a member, it's just a local variable, and it's derived from output bin path. Where does that come from? That's derived from zigargs.item. So I think this is the compile command, is my guess, and the compile command will give us an output path. So this is telling me it's probably the cache path. Okay, so it's I think this output directory is a red herring. This isn't the final installed directory. Installed path, install name, install header, install config header. These are all these public functions, so I wonder if there's like an install debug file or it's not a huge deal. Probably don't need to fix this now. Let's double check the options. Pub fn init. Wait, or is it create? Okay, where are the options? Okay, we've got name, source, optimize, linkage, version. Okay, we don't have the install destination here. Where is this used? Okay, here's all the options. So like, is there an install? No, it's just override duster. Override zig libdir, interesting. Huh. Okay, I'm not finding it. That's okay. It's not a huge deal. Well, maybe I'll fix that later. What do we have left? We've got move, we've got CP, we have RM, and we've got LS. LS would be nice. I do want LS. So nice. Okay, let's do LS. I think I might make this the last one. Probably be like 15 minutes or so. And then I think I'm going to go to bed. Okay, so let's do this. Oh, touch RM and timer. I love it. Freaking love it. Okay, LS. How does LS work? Got a whole bunch of... Oh, interesting. It's got these 1-letter command line options and 2-letter command line options. That's interesting. You can specify width. What if I say like 10? Oh, I see. So it just does one column basically. So 50, 200. Cool. I didn't know about that. That's interesting. And then optional files. Yeah, this is definitely a feature that I want immediately. Probably don't really care about the width, but yeah, being able to do it with files. So by default, I suppose it prints in your current directory, and then if you specify files, it will. If it's a directory, it probably does one thing. And if it's a file, it probably does another thing, I'm guessing. It just lists the file if it's a file. Okay, I think I kind of have the details figured out. What's the most similar command to this? Probably touch is pretty similar. Let's start with touch. Okay. Put our arguments. How does dash options work in this? Because it needs to be able to distinguish between file names and options. Does it require the options to come first? I think it probably does. So this works like time. Maybe we should start with time, or it's timer, I guess. Maybe we should start with timer instead. Come on. Timer. Okay, so this is ls file timer. Okay. To do list CWD. So I'll do that explicitly. Otherwise, we'll go through all of our arguments. Okay. Okay, so it wants sentinel terminated things. We can do that. It doesn't want them to be const. Okay, I think we can also do that. Okay, so we need to make this an explicit type. This is going to be a const u8. We can keep it sentinel terminated too, for whatever reason. And this needs to be that. Okay, 38. ls. That's actually not what we want. I do want to handle, like, I suppose the case where you have literally 0 command line arguments. So we'll just go start equals if all args.len equals 0, 0 else 1. So start. I think I probably need to explicitly say it's a usize here. There we go. List CWD. ls foo. ls foo bar. Awesome. I do want to add -l because I always do -l. Unknown command line option -l. Okay. So how do we do command line options? We can do. This is actually going to be similar to RM. So we'll copy this for loop here. Var long. Okay. All right, I guess what we want. ls -l. Sweet. Okay. So maybe we'll do like list. Could maybe do that, or what happens like if you list something that doesn't exist? List foo. Okay, so what if you do list dot and foo? Okay, what if you list foo and dot? Oh, that was interesting. It did the error first in both cases. Huh. But basically, this is saying that if something does fail, you still continue on. So it's the same thing that happens with RM. So I think what I'll do here is I'll do a error or U8. So like we could have a critical error where we need to stop the program, like an out of memory error, or it'll just be or I'll make it a bool for like got error. So got error or equals list arg, and we'll make this a try. Yeah, I suppose we can put this up here and combine all this. Hold on, did I? No, we're good there. Okay. Okay, could or should I just do it like this? Three. I'm gonna call this path. I'm missing a try or something. 52. Oh, how do you do this? Wait a second. Got error. I mean, this is what I want, but this is a bitwise OR, which... But I don't even want this because this would short circuit. So this would mean that once we got an error, we would no longer list anything else. But also... I think that's what we want, I think. Oh, I ran the wrong script again. Ah, is what we want. Okay, well, I think it's foo bar. Okay. Yeah. Foo bar. All right, so now how do we do this? We probably need to call open on it, but we don't know if it's a file or directory yet. So maybe we need to call stat on it. And stat, is that a thing? It is a thing. Is it a thing on Windows? Dot stat. Wait a second. This is taking a directory? Huh? This is maybe not what we want. Stat file. Okay, let's try that. Stat file. Let's just do a try on that for a second. And then we'll print it. Okay, so we have our big boy, which is a directory. Okay, so we get a file not found in that case. I don't know. we get it is a directory. Okay, so that's one way we could do it. They're like a stat dir. How do we tell something's a file or directory? Is dir. Okay, so there's, this is interesting. So there's an open file. This is actually, is this the Windows version? Yeah. Is dir, let's see. We might want to call a lower level function, like a Windows specific function. See, there's open dir. Let's look at some of these public functions. Make dir, delete dir, rename. This is all iteration, which we're going to need actually soon. Walk. Ooh, walk is interesting. So we could, because the walk does need to like query the file type, or like the iterator does too. So how is it? So how is it telling what things are? That's how we figure it out. So there should be a, is there a next Windows or something? Yeah, okay, here's Windows. Next. Oh man, it's using this bad boy. NT query directory file. Ugh, I don't want to call that directly. No, thank you. Is this the only, let's see, where is that, where else is that called is the question. Is that the only place in the standard library it's being called, or what? Okay, so it's being called in child process a bunch, but I don't think I really care. But well, let's just look at this one maybe. Oh man, look at this novel. The name of the game here is to avoid create process W calls at all costs. Oh, is it Squeak? And this is really interesting. And only ever try calling it when we have a real candidate for X. Okay, yeah, because I remember the old child process implementation. It would just keep calling create process, and it would keep failing, and then you would keep calling it until it worked. So I'm guessing that's what you're referring to. Like, we don't want to do that. Secondarily, we want to minimize the number of syscalls, right? Yeah, okay. When checking for each path ext. I just ran into a path ext issue. I don't know if you know about Node.js, but like their built-in child process spawn doesn't support path extensions. It's just horrible. An overview of the technique used. Okay, open search directory. Use NT query directory file with a wildcard file name. Yeah, I remember Windows, the way that you list directories is that you give it a path name and then you give it a wildcard, and then it like you can search through that. Which has always seemed weird to me. Okay. We could call this directly. I don't think we need to. I wonder if we can just, we could try, let's do something simple. I mean, yeah, we're going to start with something simple for sure. We could try opening as a directory first. So maybe let's try that. You might just want file.stat. I'm not sure what Yeah, I'm trying to figure out if the file is, if it's a file or a directory first. Hey, two-step, what's up? I looked at stat, but it only works on directories, it looks like. Like I could call cwd.stat, but that's not what I want. Of course, this is the Zig standard library stat. It's not like the stat from POSIX or POSIX or however you say it. Windows tell if a path is a file or a directory. Open file and stat would work out. Right, exactly. That's what, if I was on Linux, I would probably call, well, probably would call stat. Or I would call open and then fstat is probably what I would do. On Windows, get file attributes. That could work. Two-step. Oh, man. What kind of command line tools? Look at this. First of all, ls. Oh, we're actually doing ls right now, so I don't know if I can do it yet, but we've got rm working. We've got timer, which is time on Unix, but we can't call it time because if you type time on Windows, it tries to set your system time. So we have to call it timer. We've also got touch. Look at this. RM. Beautiful. Doesn't work if it doesn't exist. We've got rm-rf. Oh, it's wonderful. You can get the same behavior in Windows, but I don't think there is a dir API for it. Yeah, do you think I should just call get file attributes? The Windows open call can work on files or directories, but open file passes. Oh, interesting. So I could look at what we're doing for open file, and I could call the underlying function. That's what you're saying, basically. Oh. Wait, so that's in Windows? Wow. I might like that. Okay, so once we have the file open, though, the next question is, how do we, even when it's open, how do we tell if it's a directory or not? Is there like a get file attributes where you pass a handle? Then you can use file.set. Oh, okay. So you're saying I can just create a directory object with the handle, even if it's a file, and then call stat on it. Sounds like. Let's try it. See if it works. So let's call standard os dot. Should probably have an open any. Yeah, that could be a way to do it. I'll probably need to. Where do we call open file in here? Okay, so I need to make a subpath W. Is this open file W doesn't expose the filter options, it looks like, so I need to call it directly. Open file W. How do we call that? We do this. Okay, fair enough. Path W, slice to prefixed file. I implemented the path functions for Windows at some point, or I implemented some version of them. I can't remember if this was one of them or not. It does look a little familiar, but anyway. So that's what you pass to open file. Path w.span it looks like. And then yeah, you did some path normalization. Yeah, I kind of remember that. It's been a while since I did that, but open file options. Okay, so what do we want here? Oh, you can pass a handle. That's interesting. Let's see what we're doing in this version here. Okay, so we're passing, so we would pass the CWD handle. So dot, let's just copy all this beautiful code. And let's go back and look at the, okay, so we are saying access masks, we're saying synchronize. Let's look at the Windows documentation, which is surprisingly good. Oh wait, this is not a Win32 API. No, it is, right? Windows.zig. What are we actually calling at the end? It's probably, yeah, oh, nt create file, okay. So the access mask is going to be this. Okay, so we want to say probably just generic read. Wanted to see what the synchronize flag was. I've never seen that one before. Synchronize. This could be a hidden flag or a NT specific flag. The return file handle can be waited on to synchronize with the completion of an I/O operation. I don't think we need that. If file handle was not opened for synchronous, this value is ignored. Okay, so I think we can probably not use that. So that's our access mask. Creation, file open, IO mode, intended IO mode, whatever that is. Intended IO mode, what is that? Oh, dot blocking. Okay. See if that works. Six. All right. Let's say line 57. That seems off. So we got an unreachable, I think, in the, let's double check. Is that inside open file? Yeah, it is. So it didn't like one of our arguments, one or more of our arguments. Which one could it be? It could be, maybe it wants the synchronize flag. I don't know, let's specify it and see if that, because I don't see anything else that seems like, oh, it could be, path is bad, we probably would get a different error code in that case. Oh, synchronized flag did make it happy. Wow. Okay, fair enough. Good thing I checked that. Okay, so now I think we want to specify the filter, like Squeak was saying. Yeah, there's a lot of options here. Okay, we've got a directory. We don't need security attributes, I'm pretty sure. Share access, share, read, share. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, we could restrict writing and deleting, but now we don't need to. Creation, we don't want to create. Okay, I think that's what file open does. Like that's like a where is that at? It's one of these flags. Creation and disposition here. Yeah, so we don't want that. We just want open existing. We did file open. Huh. Might be a... Yeah, I'm very familiar with the kernel 32, but not as familiar with like the lower level NT stuff. Okay, creation disposition. Yeah, we don't want create, we want open. Okay, and we don't want this one. Perfect. Okay. Just going through these arguments and making sure everything we're passing makes sense. IO mode blocking I think is good. Filter. Okay, that's what we need to modify. Dot filter equals, before I do that, follow symlinks true. Okay, maybe. Dot any. Okay, so now I'm guessing we won't get an error. Sweet. Okay. We probably don't want this to be a try, but if we do what, I guess we can handle that one now. Catch error, switch error, else E, return E, otherwise error dot file not found. Then we print some type of an error. Okay. We'll just sign that at the beginning there. We do this exact same thing in, I think, RM. Path does not exist, return false. Maybe I should make this an enum. I don't know. We don't get the Boolean logic. Dot failure. I don't know. Success failure. Sure, I'll do it this way. Const success num success failure. I do like having the return failure stuff, so I think it's worth it. Can use OpenFileW as an example for returning the result. Okay, sweet. I was just gonna like do a dir equals dir and then like set fd explicitly, but let's see if that's correct. OpenFileW. What does it do? So we get a file back. Oh. Oh, but then you can turn it into a... No, it just returns... Oh, yeah, you just set... Oh, okay, so you set handle and then the IO modes and stuff. Okay. All right. So back to this var success equals success dot success. Wow. Okay. I don't know if this is worth it, but I've already started, so no turning back now. Switch success. Maybe this should be called result instead. I don't know. Results. Oop, missed one. That one, that one, that one. Zero. And my OX7F. Okay. Maybe this is a little, this might even be a little bit easier to follow than the Boolean logic. I don't know, Boolean logic can always be a little hard to understand sometimes. But in any case, failure. Okay, ls, sweet. So it looks like it just made a file right here. So standard dot, is it standard dot file? I can't remember. So dot handle equals. And then I need the other IO mode thingies. Standard fs the file, that's right. Okay, capable IO mode. Intended IO mode. What is that going to be? Oh, it's probably the dot blocking again. Cool. So we got a file now. What if we just print stat? What does that give us? Cannot format an error union. Okay. It's interesting because probably if the file doesn't exist, we'll handle it here. So we probably don't need to handle the file not exist. I suppose it could be like deleted between the time that we called open file and the time that we called stat, but not going to worry about it for now. That'll be a bug 10 years down the road when this becomes the most popular set of command line tools on Windows. And somebody's like, hey, I have a race condition. Okay. ls. Okay, so what do we do now? Now we need to be able to tell if it's a directory or not. So that's what stat's supposed to do somehow. It gives us a stat struct. Kind of remember somebody writing this a while ago, or refactoring it, I should say. Stat equals. It's got an it's called an inode, but it's not actually an inode on Windows. The file index on Windows is similar. It is a number for a file that is unique. Okay, yeah. They just call it an inode, which is fine. There's a kind field. Okay. That's what we want. Oh, okay, so here's a question. Now, this is a divergence with the latest version of Zig. I'm on a slightly older version. But if I move to the newer version, I think these kinds got updated. So maybe I should switch to that now. I don't want to do two things at once, though. Hold on. Let me... maybe I'll commit what I have for now. My big boy is taking up all the Git GUI. Timer rm-rf big boy. Should take 5 seconds. Yeah, okay. Okay, so let's commit this and this for a second. Add ls commit. Yeah, I went from Pascal to Snake, yeah. Okay, so we're gonna be like, we're gonna do some Git management here. Master to ls. Okay, then we're gonna upgrade Zig to the next unofficial release. Well, not the next one, but the latest. Zig build. Does it still build? Might. Got to build all those executables. Okay, it actually worked, so I'm surprised. Okay, so let's check out the ls branch again. Now this, well, it won't fail yet. Well, it'll fail on this switch, but... Oh, I haven't saved it. Okay, so now switch stat.kind. Okay, give me the list. Oh, that's a lot of them. Block devices on Windows? Character devices on Windows? You know, I'm pretty sure those don't exist, but sometimes we like to emulate POSIX-y things on Windows, so it could exist in some form. Okay, but directory, we know what those are on Windows. Named pipe, that could be a thing on Windows. Another one of those emulation-y thingies. You know, it's got like, it does have like named pipes, but I don't know if that's what they're called. We use them in child process, I think. Symlink. To do implement symlink on Windows. That one is sometimes a thing on Windows. We'll put the ones that make sense up top, I think. Okay, we got file. Oh, Unix domain socket. We're going to make this one unreachable because it's got Unix in the name. Whiteout. What the hell is whiteout? I have not heard of that one. That's a new one to me. What else we got? A door? I'm getting trolled right now. Oh no, I ran the B script again. The mix big boy. We're gonna move B to big dot bat. There we go. And that problem won't happen. The problem is that I have a b.bat script that I run at work. So my fingers just always type B now. Okay, what's wrong? I'm missing event port. Okay. I don't know if that's something we need to handle. Probably not, but an unknown. It's more like a symlink one, I think, maybe. To unhandled file type. Or I'll say unknown file type. Okay. Okay, so we got our to-do on the directory. So how do we do directories? We probably need to do we have an open file, but we actually want a directory. How do we get a directory from a file? Okay, so I think we just do a var dir equals standard fs.dir.fd equals file.handle. Oh, we need to close this too. How do we do that? Defer file.close. And I think this isn't a requirement yet, but eventually this might be a requirement that it needs to be a var if we close it. Okay, so actually this might need to be an iterable. Isn't there a dir iterable or something? Or iterable dir? You might have to reopen. I think there needs to be special permission for iteration. Okay. Well, if that's the case, I wonder if we can include those in our initial open or not. We'll try, see if it's possible. Defer dir.close for bar it equals dir.iterate or iterator, I can't remember. Probably need an any here. No field name FD. Need to try in here. Okay, ls. Okay, we got a bunch of entries. That's good. I just need to not do that. Turn 0 or dot success. Okay, so something about we need to transfer ownership. Or we could actually just not close the directory. Don't close the directory. We close it above. It's still owned by a file. There we go. Sweet. Okay, so if we need to know if we're listing long or not. This will be a pretty simple implementation of ls for now. Oh, what's this? Okay, so if long, then we'll do this. Otherwise, we'll do. Okay, does ls goes to standard out, I think. WSL. Yeah, it definitely goes to standard out. So let's do standard out dot print. Otherwise, we'll do entry dot name. Okay, so there is the names. Let's do ls-l. And let's kind of look at the format of ls-l for a second. Now this is a Windows specific tool, so we probably don't need to like make it perfect. We can make it like Windowsy. So we could like not do the permissions maybe. We could say if it's a directory or not, so make this a comment. Okay, so for the, you could say, looks like file list directory has the same value as file read data, which is included in generic read. Oh. Okay, so I didn't know that generic read was a combination of multiple flags. I thought it was one flag. Huh. Interesting. Okay, so what of these infos do we want? So I'm thinking maybe like dash for file and D for directory. And then I don't know if we need the owner and group. It's not really a thing in Windows that I know about. It is one flag, but is interpreted as multiple depending on the oh, don't tell me that, Squeak. I don't want to know that. It's too much. Okay, so what is this column here? Is this the size? Looks like it, yeah. Okay, so size, date, and then name. Okay, so const c equals entry.kind. Which we just did a big switch on all the kinds. So maybe let's put this in a function. Get long car. I don't know. Get long. Get entry car. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, we kind of can just copy this whole switch here. Kind, I don't know what the type is, so let's just say U8 for a second. So file will be a dash, directory will be a D. Symlink, what does a symlink look like? ln-s foo bar is an L, of course. No block device is a B. I don't know if we need to do this, but yeah, maybe I'll just leave it as a panic for now. Named pipe. Pipe, oh, it's make pipe. Make pipe not found, what? Year plus old files have different time date format, I think. Interesting. Oh, make FIFO, that's right. Of course. Okay, is it a permission thing or a file system issue? No, it's probably a file system issue, so let's do a make FIFO temp foo. It's a P, of course. Of course it's a P. I'll leave it as a panic though. Event port, leave it as a panic. I still don't know what a whiteout or a door is. Maybe, let's leave that as unreachable. Okay. Okay, so we just need to do get entry car, C, entry.kind. I think this is probably going to be more like this, maybe. And we'll do the name here. Entry.name. I did something very wrong here. My formatting. Don't need you anymore. Stat. Kind. Okay, so this is actually stud.fs.file.kind. I-152. Return. Wow. Love tools. Okay, so how do we get a file size? We don't already have something like that in entry, do we? We have name and kind. Okay. So we could open it. Yeah, maybe we should wrap this open. Yeah, we should definitely wrap this open. Okay. That should go in here. And should not be catching errors there. So let's do const file equals open path. I don't think we need, we don't need this to be sentinel terminated at all. So, and then we'll catch the error here. Switch. Error. Okay. I think that's what we want. And this can be a try. Return error. Okay. that's what we want. Okay, so now here, when we're listing files, we can open the file again, or the subdirectory. So subfile maybe, entry. Oh, and then we can pass the directory here. So dir standard fs.dir. So then here we would just pass cwd. And in this case, we would pass dir. Okay, so entry dot name, I think is what we want. Defer subfile dot close. And make it a var. So dir.fd. dir.dir. Okay. Okay, so we just want to add the size date. That's all we need from this. Yeah, two-step. I mentioned this a little earlier, but one day we may not be able to make this const anymore, so I actually am leaving it as var in case that ever happens. It's still, I've tried to convince Andrew to allow it to be const, but it's still up in the air whether it'll be like that forever or not. Okay, so we've got the file open now. How do we get the file size? 32 get file size. I think there's definitely like a get file size function. Yeah, you pass it to handle. Perfect. That's exactly what we need. Oh no, we can probably just call size, huh? Subfile.size. Can just use stat. Let's see. That file had a size. Yeah, it does have a size. But stat would also have the date, huh? So we probably need to get stat anyway. Yeah, I don't like all this shadowing. Let's put this in like a list dir maybe. Actually, maybe we should pass in the dir. So dir. Like that? Or no, it needs to be iterable dir. Okay. need to know the long option. Okay. Do we have sizes? Yes, but they look bad. So probably what they do, I'm guessing, is, do you think that they like go through all the listings and then like cache the results and then format it nicely, maybe? Or do they just have a max size, do you think? They do leave quite a bit of space. So like if you had a really big file, I don't know where a really big file would be that I have. Like what if I go to like my Steam directory or something? Steam app? I don't remember where my Steam directory is. Huh. We could start by just giving it a fixed size, maybe, because that would be simple. Oh, do I not have my... I have child process open, okay. So std format, I gotta remember how to do this. So it's colon, fill, alignment, width, okay. See what happened to my ls, okay. So we need use std format, oh, format int size bin. Oh, okay, yeah, I kind of like that. So then it's human read. Well, I guess that's -h for Linux. So we'll implement -h too. I like that. For now, though, fill, alignment, and width. So I think we need colon, space, this, and then like, I don't know, 20. Or how much space did it give it? It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, maybe 9. Okay, yeah, that looks more similar. Let's add -h real quick, and then I can also add like the options at the same time. So I was going to do this anyway. Long bool, human bool. So human is false by default. Long is false by default. So var options. Options.long. Human. Okay. So how do we make this fancy schmancy without a big old if for human? We could like form... I'm not sure. I think I'm going to start it out with this, which isn't great. And think about that another time, maybe. So you're saying std format int size bin. Stat.size. Think that'll compile? Nah, that's no way that's going to compile. Oh no, we just want that to be opt now. What do you mean? ls-l, s-l-h. Oh, I got something's swapped here. Human. Yeah, needs to be reversed. Oh man, that's a lot of detail. Interesting. Okay, ls-lh. Okay, it's not great. Yeah, maybe we should try to get rid of some of that detail. Format, so you said format int size bin. Return a formatter for U64 value representing a file size. This format returns numbers multiples of 1024. I wonder if it doesn't like the... It's because I'm saying give it 9, maybe. Let's see what happens if I do that. No, it doesn't seem like that fixed it. Might be able to use the decimal precision specifier. Yeah, okay. That's going to be a dot. So dot 3 maybe is what we want. That looks better. So does 9 give us enough room? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Maybe we don't need 3. Maybe we can do like 2. Yeah, I think 2 is probably enough. That leaves us with quite a few digits. Probably only need 3. Well, depends. Format int size bin. How high up does it go? Now what's the difference between des and bin? Oh, I see. So one's 1024 based and one's 1000 based. What does ls do? Well, first of all, it only gives you 1 digit of precision. So this 4096, which is temp, is 4K, which means I think it's using 1024. Okay. Sweet. Yeah, should we try to make this? Yeah, okay, I think we can do this pretty simply. So here's what we do. We'll make a buff. We'll make it like, I don't know, 300 for now. Oh, we could do a buffered writer. Is that what we want? Okay, so var fixed buffer stream. Okay. Center io.fixed buffer stream. Are you trying to consolidate the print calls? Yeah, I'm trying to split them up. Actually. Buff. How does this work? Is this what I wanted? Buffer is either U8 or const U8. Okay, so you give it a buffer. You can use its dot writer. Well, I think there's a buffered writer that will automatically flush if it runs out of room. Yeah, in fact, if you do make dir temp cd, oh, cd temp, what's in here? I think the main example. Yeah, buffered writer. Yeah, I don't want to fix buffered writer just in case it's like too small, I guess. So writer. I think that's what I want. And then buffered writer, you can give it a size. Oh, it just defaults to 4096. Yeah, that's probably fine. Okay, so we'll just do try writer.print c get entry car kind. Oh, and then we have to remember writer.flush at the end. Okay, then we can do the human part. Size and date we'll do down below, but for this we'll just do either this I think that makes sense. Else we'll do this. Okay. And I don't know if we want the space here or the other place, not sure. And then we'll finish it with the date and time. Or the date and name. That's better. Need to change standard.print to writer.print. Yes, I do. Thank you. Okay. And actually, probably we want to use this. Just always use this. So standard out buffered writer, and then to writer, and then just flush it at the end. Probably what we want. Oh, remember named flush. BW. Try. Okay. There we go. Nice. Sick. Okay, we need the date now. I think that's in stat. Stat equal, yeah, okay. We want M time, I think. Okay. So how do we turn this M time into something useful? M time. I actually added the code that turns times into something useful a long time ago. It's in something like time epoch. Yeah, this looks familiar. Okay, we're probably gonna need to. These are the tests I added. Long time ago. Long time ago. In a galaxy far away. Okay, day seconds. Is this I don't know if this is an epoch time or not, but we'll try it, and so we don't want day seconds, we want epoch seconds. Okay, so const what is this called? ES equals stood time dot epoch seconds dot sex secs sex equals stat dot mtime, and we'll try printing like es dot mtime is a nanosecond. Oh, okay. So then I just need to divide that by ns per s or something. Time.zig ns per, or I suppose I could divide it by seconds per nanoseconds, but per s. Okay, so divide it by ns per s, and that's going to have to be some type of a div trunk or something, I think. Well, let's just see what if that compiles. And we'll just say get epoch day, maybe. We'll say day equals, oh, yeah, that should be fine. And then we'll just say any, and that'll tell us all the things. Stood time. Yeah, it does not like that. How do you divide things in Zig? Yeah, div trunk. What's wrong with this? Int cast I128 maybe? Oh no, it wants it here. That should be implicit cast, I think. Or that's not where it wants it. We're expected type U64 found 128. 29. Oh, it is a I128, but it wants a U64. Yeah. Okay. All right, so epoch day gives us the days since the epoch, and then we can use that to get like all the information we need. So hours, minutes, seconds, or whatever. So what does Linux say? It gives us, looks like it's a hours, minutes. So const hours equals es.get hours into day. And then minutes equals get minutes into hour. Okay. No function named get hours into day. Yeah. Oh, come on. I made 2 mistakes. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong. Looking at the wrong thing, I think. Epoch seconds. Okay, so epoch. Okay, so you can get the day first, and then you can get the day seconds. The day tells you like the day of the year. What does Linux do? Okay, yeah, so that would give us the July 1st part, but we're getting the time first. So const ds equals es.getDay seconds. Okay, let's use our std format magic. So we want a colon, fill is 0, alignment is right, and width is 2. I think Andrew said he's not sure he likes the std format specifiers that we've adopted, but okay, sweet. We are getting hours and minutes. I would love to get seconds. I think we could probably just add seconds here, and it would just be fine. Get seconds into minute, probably. Yes, I love having the seconds. I don't know why Linux doesn't do that by default. Probably it's backwards compatibility. So, okay, now we need to get the day. So const. What is it called? I wonder if anybody's ever like actually used this API. This is definitely an API of my creation, and it's a little like convoluted, but yeah, I don't know. It was an experiment. Yeah, it's definitely an experimental API homegrown by Johnny thing. So, yeah. So epoch day equals es dot. It's going to be pub fn get. But to its credit, I wrote this like probably 2 or more years ago, and I am able to come back and use it. So that is something. It's if it was super bad, even I wouldn't be able to use it, I suppose. But after this long, okay. So calculate year day. That's the only thing that epoch day does, so I think we can just do that right away. So we call this YD, I guess. Does Linux include the year? I don't think it does. Okay. So a year and a day. Okay, so calculate month day. So actually we have a month day. Month and day. Okay, that gives us a month and a day. That's exactly what we need. Let's try just printing those. Probably S and then the number. md.month, md.dayIndex. Let's see what that gives us. Probably day index isn't what we want, but we'll fix that in a second. Line, yeah, okay. Invalid format, probably tag name. There we go, okay. So we get a abbreviated version, and we can get month name. Standard time epoch dot month. Const u8 switch month. Return. Tell me all the months. Okay, so it's in this like 3-letter format. So looks like Linux is using some 3-letter format. I wonder if I should. Maybe I don't need to write this function. Just use the tag name. Okay. Yeah, you can tell what that is. So July 0. Yeah, we just need to add 1 to the day index, I think. We might need to cast this first, though. Yeah, because it's a U5. I don't know, just cast it to a U6, sure. Whatever. Okay, so we're on July 1st. We're at like what? 02. So that's timestamp wise. Well, let's touch file. Here we go. Touch foo. Foo. So it says 6:44. Let's touch it again. Let's see if the oh, let's implement a file just real quick. I wonder if this should be in a file or a function. I mean, list file. Maybe like list file long is what we want here. Probably we would do this outside of the function, I think. Subfile is now file. Yeah, okay, let's try that. Oh, we need the writer still. So I think we can do, probably we actually want the type here. So let's say writer pointer to standard.io.buffered writer. Because I think it has to be a reference. Just pass in ops and share logic. Maybe, I'm not sure exactly what your suggestion is. Entry.kind. Okay, so I wonder if I should be passing it in like this. Std fs.file.kind. And now we have enough arguments to do this business. Yeah, there could be some way to combine this that I'm not seeing yet, but I'll see it. You can just get kind from stat. Oh. Yeah, that's a good point. Okay. What did I do? Yeah, I did that. Okay. Opt. You want to pass in opt. Okay. Options. Two. No more name field. Probably need to pass that one in maybe. What order do I want this stuff in? Probably as it's being created, maybe. Expected type. Oh yeah, buffered writer. Probably we need to do like dot writer, I think. Oh, 4096. And then I'm gonna have to put in the std fs.file.writer, I think. So probably make this a type, like const buffered writer equals all this. And then I could do buffered writer dot no dot under unbuffered was stood out. Type of. Am I missing a type of or something? Is this not right? Std file fs file writer. What is get standard out? It's a file. X2, it's 2 a.m. in the Great Lakes, gonna head to bed. Okay, sweet. Yeah, I need to head to bed soon too, so I'm gonna be following you here pretty quick. But thanks for stopping by. We'll see you next time. Let's see, writer. That should work, I think. What's wrong here? Error expected type. Okay, it is a type mismatch. So it's saying, oh, I think it's because I need the ampersand. Discards const qualifier. Okay, yeah, I can make it const. No, it can't be const. It needs to be var. No, it can be var or const. I mean, I think. Because the actual writer type itself is const. Yeah. Okay. So that can be const. Oh, what's up, Christoph? You awake now? Let's see, Italy. What time is it in Italy right now? Oh yeah, there you go. So you wake up earlier than Andrew then. I just remember the last meeting. It was like 11 o'clock. He was like, "Oh, I just woke up." Like, man, Andrew, you must have had a late night. Okay, so start. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap up here pretty quick. But I'm basically re-implementing some command line tools for Windows. This is our we're on Windows right now, and this is our ls command. It's beautiful. What did we just do? Oh yeah, we did the long list file long, so now we should be able to if op.long. Before I forget. List file long, else. Wait, what do you do if you just listed flat? Okay, it does fail if it doesn't exist. That seems like such a useless command. List file. So just not support it. Say, what are you doing? This is dumb. You get it. Probably you're supposed to do this. So you open the file first. Oh no, we would have already opened the file. So yeah, you literally just do stood out dot. Let me copy this one. Long. Yeah, you just do this basically. Now that I'm thinking about this, we probably should have the buffered writer be passed in, be created and passed in to all these functions here. So let's do that instead. Yeah, Andrew's been working on async the last 2 weeks, as far as I know. Definitely something that work that needs to get done before the release. Probably not super fun work, but definitely necessary, unfortunately. Okay, probably we'd pass the writer in here, maybe? Writer. Okay. This is my little trick, is I put little exclamation points when I need to come back to something. And then I just search for them to navigate back to it. Okay, so now our list function takes a writer. Shouldn't have like any more standard outs. Writer dot print. Path. Okay, so we'll do opt, writer, file, path. Okay. Do I have any more markers? No. I've got F4 bound to jump to next error. Oh. Yeah, Emacs has like this compile command thing that actually somebody told me about on the last stream. Save file. Timer.zig. Nah. Wait, why are you asking me to save files? And then like you can like navigate through this somehow, but I don't know. I'm just not used to it. That might be a future skill that I get. Okay, so lister needs the writer as well. I gotta do some writer propagation here. Now all these functions are big. Writer. Oh yeah, before I forget, let's make sure we flush that writer. And we can remove the other flush that we had added earlier. Where was that? Writer. Maybe I already removed it. I did already remove it. Okay. Maybe 7. Oh no, I didn't remove it. There it was. Compilation mode. ZLS can spot AST checkers without needing to compile. Yeah, that's definitely a nice feature with IDEs sometimes, or I suppose LSPs nowadays. What's the matter with this? Line 109 doesn't like the error is ignored. That makes sense. Line 118. Expected 3 arguments, found 2. Yes. Writer. Changed too many things at once here. 94. What's wrong? Oh, I have a try, or I'm missing a try, or something funky somewhere. Okay, so list needs to return something, I think. I think that's what I want. Return.success. Probably that's what we want. Ooh. Should we get rid of the braces? I don't know. Maybe not. Okay, expected an error union success, but found an error union void. Okay. So I think we need to do .success. I think maybe this is probably what we want here. Okay, I still have a type issue somewhere, but with a buffered writer, I'm sure. Is the buffered writer what we want to be passing through? I think it is. Okay, so somebody note struct declared here. Okay, okay, so I have a type mismatch somewhere. List. Yeah, okay, that's the problem. I shouldn't have put an ampersand there. Okay, no field or member name flush. That's correct, because it needs to be BW, I think. Try. There we go. Back to compiling, finally. Okay, so the reason why we did that is because we were trying to ls foo. Okay, sweet. So we get the actual date time. And if we touch foo, we get a new timestamp. Sweet. Is this timestamp correct? 6:17. So that must be, yeah, that's basically UTC time. So it's not adjusted for any time zone. And we could start with that. That's probably okay to start with. But yeah, I think, I mean, yeah, do I want anything else from ls? I mean, we have ls-h2 as well, which is nice. We've got seconds, so an upgrade from Linux. Oh, this is honestly beautiful. I love this. We don't have recursive. That would be another thing. I don't really use it that often for my day-to-day, but let's take a gander at the code here. I think you were going to use 9.1 in the size format. Oh, instead of 2 digits. Yeah, we could switch that to 1. Sweet. I don't really like that it's KIB, and then like some are 3 letters and some are 1 letter. But let's see if that's something that's easy to fix. Format int size bin. Format size bin, okay. Format size impl. Okay, so it's got a radix option. Oh, this is serious business right here. Huh. Well, I'm gonna say it's okay for now. I'll live with it. Okay, let's get this code reviewed here. Are we still on my branch, or do we go? Yeah, we're still on my branch. Okay, so what did we do? Got all these list functions. Got a list dir. I think this function used to be much bigger and it's turned very small. You know, I added this OOM thing to all my programs. I don't think I've used it like at all. So let's remove that. Oh, we don't even have the options in the L and H. What does LS say about those? Wait, how do you get the help for LS? Can you not get the help for LS? I feel like I saw a YouTube video about this. Somebody was talking about LS. What about like that? No? Okay, well, we'll make it up. Oh, that's my LS. Thank you. Okay, so where's dash out? Long listing form. Oh my God. Okay, dash H. Where's dash H? There's tiny texts. Gotta squint. Human readable sizes. Okay. I suppose I need to. I don't need to add dash dash help. Nah, I'm not doing it. Dash LH. Oh wait, how do I see the usage? Oh, there's no way to see the usage. Okay, so I could do else if standard man dot starts with u8 arg dash dash. If I don't need to do all this, let's just say if it equals dash dash help. Usage return What do you mean? What do I need? Try. Oh, try there. ls-help. Okay, that's good enough, I think. Still using that. Still using this stood out. Yeah. Okay. This. Look at this code we made. What did we create here? I don't know about this. Ship it. It's perfect. All right. Add ls command, commit, push. We don't want to push to our branch. We want to push to master. Git push origin ls master. All right, so Windows Coreutils exclusively created, all this was created on this stream. We've got ls, rm, timer, touch, timer, ooh, let's compare that to dir. Oh yeah, because dir is not a program. Dir is a built-in command. So I think we could do timer cmd/c dir. Oh, whoops, not timer. Well, okay, so it did have to spawn a command prompt, so it is slower probably for that reason. That's kind of cool. We're faster than the built-in dir command, I guess. Another like really useful program would be find. Yeah, that is a debug build. Zig build dash d release fast dash p. I'll just do that. Oh, that's changed, huh? Optimize now. Oh, let's install it. Yeah, sure. D tools. Ooh, it's got to like actually do some work now. All right, timer ls-l. That was funny. The first one was 23 milliseconds because the file system had to warm up. So yeah, we saved, what was it, a millisecond by compiling release mode. So we're obviously like IO bound here, but oh, we should do the big boy again, right? Make big boy. I know this file system stuff's kind of hard because a lot of times it's just very IO bound. Timer rm-rf big boy. That took way less time than I was expecting. I was expecting 5 seconds. Let's do it again. And let's do my qdel, my custom qdel command. Now we have to add half a second because I have to say yes to confirm it. This one's interesting to me because when we did compile release mode, we saved a bunch of time. So are we actually CPU bound when we're deleting this folder. Oh, that is weird. Hold on, let's go back to debug and try it. I think I would do that too, but so let's make big boy again. So this takes 5 seconds. No, it is 2 seconds. Okay. rmdir/s. Okay, yeah. So big rmdir s q. rmdir is a built-in command, so we have to do cmd. Yeah, so debug was also fast. So for some reason we just got faster than we were earlier. Who knows why? Huh, it's weird. Huh, yeah. Yeah, the rmdir /s/q, that might be what I'm doing in my qdel command. No, I'm doing del, whatever this nonsense is. Who knows? Oh yeah, Christoph, qdel is just this bash script that I created based on something I found online that was like, this is the fastest way to delete files on Windows. Run these commands, and so I just made this little script that will do it for me. I was using a different Zig version squeak. Might have switched to POSIX deletion semantics in between. Wow, so we might have gotten a big speed boost on delete tree in Windows recently, because I only switched, I switched from like version 2000 something to 3000, so it's like 1,000 commits, or merge commits, I guess. That's the only recent deletion change I could think of. Yeah. So Zig switched to POSIX deletion semantics, huh? Interesting. Yeah, we could have. It sounds like we might have got a big speed boost out of that. That's awesome. I love it. We're doing like such cool things in Zig, like us using like the NT functions, like going straight to NTDLL to like get the semantics we want, plus the performance, and it's like just not that big of a deal. We just do it, and it's not hard to do because Zig's able to accommodate all these APIs so well. Like, this stuff is not easy to do in other languages and other libraries. Let's see, April 28th. GitHub, Ziglang, Zig. See, I was using, I think it was this version. See, it was, I think I documented it here. I was on 2619. Yeah, so I was on this version from April 16th. That's when it was released. And the PR you sent me was April 28th. Yeah. So yeah, this did, because this was a change between the two I was using. Oh, it was only merged 2 weeks ago? Oh, interesting, because I think the version I'm using is older than that. 3312. 3312 was May. Yeah, May, so it's actually almost a couple months. What, 1 month old now. So we don't even have this actually. So it would be interesting to try this one. Let's see what the latest version looks like. I need to copy that. Maybe we got a performance regression with that. This extraction takes a little while. There we go. Okay, so we're on 3892 now. I think delete tree will also be able to delete read-only files. Ooh, that would be very. That is like a big problem with delete tree. Okay, let's make it. We'll need to do a zig build. Probably the build mode doesn't matter. Looks like we got a breaking change somewhere. Ah, this is the first time I've used. Did we remove this? Do we not need that anymore? Oh, this probably needs to be as now. Yeah. Okay. RM or timer rm-rf big boy. Okay, yeah, this looks like it's, well, not, we don't know for sure. It's still faster than it was in the old version. Let's try it again though. Oh, okay, it's probably the same actually. But yeah, something between April and now had changed the speed. So that's interesting. But this is great. Like timing commands, like what a concept. Oh, and also error messages. Good error messages. So failed to spawn child process with file not found. But Linux, no, no, no. Command exited with non-zero status error. Oh, okay. It does say this. Can't execute what? This is file directory. Okay, so it does say that. That's good at least. It is weird that it's saying this though. Like this is confusing. Well, also that it hoses WSL. Like I have to control C out of that for some reason. Oh, I wonder if we could build these for Linux. What is that? It's dash target. D target equals x86 64 Linux. So I don't need to specify the libc. I'm not using libc. Oh, something is explicitly calling into NTDLL, probably ls. Yeah, ls is doing that. Let me just remove ls for a second. Right, the open file call. Oh, maybe I should just fix that. Open file. I'm supposed to do here, like maybe this. File path, flags, mode. This is, I know it's going to be like, let's try that for now. Try. Stood fs. Maybe I should just do return try dir.open path. Is that? I wonder if that would work. Yeah, this is back to the open any thing. That I don't remember who mentioned if that was squeak or two-step. Oh, that worked. A little surprising, but wait, is it working? No. What? Actually works? Actually works on Linux? No freaking way. Okay, so how do we make big boy? Chmod plus x, or yeah, chmod plus x, make files. No, make files. Okay, do I not have Python? Who's an Alpine user? Ah, add, of course. It's not install. Silly man. APK add. Ah, thank you, X message. What's my password? Do I have a password? Why am I doing this? I don't need to do this. I can just run it in here. Okay, so now we have to time the Alpine busybox rm-rf. Oh, does our timer work too? So many things to try. We are missing a new line in our timer program. Oh, freaking travesty. Okay, 3.9 milliseconds to say echo hello, hey. Okay, what about zig out /ls-l? WSL file system is still slow, right? Which WS? Yeah, the first question is which WSL version is this? I think it's version. I actually don't know which one it is. Is it version 1 or 2? Yeah, it's definitely gonna depend which version. Like that'll affect it quite a bit. But yeah, it's, I actually don't know how slow it is. It's definitely going to be greater than or equal to the speed of the Windows file system. So yeah, this probably isn't a great way to test it. But let's check out some things. So our ls command takes 16.15, 14 milliseconds to list the directory. Let's see how long BusyBox takes. 12 to 14. So okay, we're a little bit slower, but yeah, I think we're like doing probably a little bit more than we need to. Like we're probably calling a lot more system calls just because we're using the abstract library. So we're probably like calling stat a couple times more than we need to, or open or whatever. But that's pretty cool. I'm surprised that's working. See, we just have touch left, I guess. Or we have RM, so let's do a zig out timer, rm-rf big boy. Okay. And this, yeah, since it's using the Windows file system underneath, I'm guessing it's not going to be any faster than that. It'll be like a lower bound. Okay, so about 4.7 seconds. Wow. So yeah, I think, was it Squeak that said that the delete tree might be faster than Linux's RM? Yeah, it looks like that appears to be the case here. That is pretty cool. Well, this was really fun. I actually don't know if I want to upgrade to that Zig version yet. Let me go back and let's just commit those last few changes that we did, and then we'll wrap up here. What happened to my releases page? Here, let's go back to this version. Okay, Zig built. What was this? U64, I think? Yeah. And then as, I wonder if as works with both. Okay, yeah, it does. So you don't need to do anything to test this timer. RM, ls, yeah, all seems to be working. So we just added Linux support for ls, and for whatever reason, I mean, these are only meant for Windows, but why not, I guess. Fix build for Linux, and then we'll make a separate commit, timer command missing new line. Oh, Jesus, I'm still on my ls branch. I just realized the music stopped a while ago. Oh, it looks like my my music player wandered onto a premium track, and so it stopped playing. Cool. Oh, this was fun. Yeah, I thought this would be a fun little project to stream and get me doing some Zig. I haven't been doing that much Zig lately. I've been like focusing so much on work, which has been porting our app to Windows. So I've been doing a lot of Windows API stuff, which has been fun, and hence why I wanted these Windows command line tools. So there's still more to do. Still need CP. We got our LS, and yeah, we'll probably add a few more. So anyway, maybe I'll do it again. But thanks for everybody who joined in. Hope to see you guys around, and yeah, we'll see you later.